Hi, my name is Callie Griffin.
Hi, I'm Anna.
Hi, my name is Marley Hernandez.
Hi, I'm Bailey Gomez.
Interracial marriage has a very long and complex history in the U.S. It begins in 1664 when Maryland passes a British colonial law that bans interracial marriage. Throughout the years in colonial America, unfortunately, interracial marriage continued to be banned in a variety of states. However, after the Civil War, states like Pennsylvania and Massachusetts gradually began to repeal these anti-miscegenation laws in an effort to step away from the institution of slavery. However, in 1883, Pace versus Alabama officially ruled that state-level bans on interracial marriage did not violate the 14th Amendment of the Constitution. McLaughlin versus Florida in 1964 ruled that banning interracial marriage violated the 14th Amendment. And soon enough, Loving versus Virginia overturned Pace versus Alabama, further making enormous strides in racial equality. Though major progress in racial justice still needed to be made at this time, Loving versus Virginia was indeed a huge step for progress and innovation.
Loving versus Virginia was a case that was fought for the interracial marriage of Richard and Mildred Loving. Robert F. Kennedy was the one who took this case to the Supreme Court after being fought in the lower court of Virginia.
The case was brought up when Richard Loving and Mildred Jeter traveled from their hometown of Central Point, Virginia to Washington, D.C. to get married. This was a violation of the Section 20 through 58 of the Virginia State Code, which prohibits a white person and a colored person from leaving the state to be married and returning back to the state to live as man and wife.
The court case of Loving versus Virginia spans multiple years, beginning in 1958 when the married Lovings were arrested for having an interracial marriage. In 1963, this legal battle finally began in the Supreme Court, and in 1967, a unanimous decision was made that was in favor of interracial marriage.
The main people who were involved with the Loving versus Virginia case were Richard Loving, Mildred Jeter, and Chief Justice Earl Warren.
Further challenges of this case include the Lovings having to live in secret while their case was still open. Another challenge was Loving was killed a few years later, so Mildred had to live as a widow.
The Republican view of interracial marriage varies from state to state. In some states, Republicans believe that interracial marriage should be banned as a whole. And in other states, Republicans believe that you should love who you want to love no matter the color of their skin.
Most Democrats are in favor of interracial marriage. Most are non-judgmental people, and they believe that you should live and let live. The court's majority opinion was a unanimous decision in favor of the Lovings. This meant that all their charges were overturned and interracial couples could now marry each other.
On June 12, 1967, the results of this case were finally released. This case resulted in the freedom to marry interracially amongst all the states of America.
Loving versus Virginia is connected to issues today, most prominently same-sex marriage. During Obergefell versus Hodges, Loving versus Virginia was used to defend same-sex marriage.
We hope you enjoyed our presentation on the Loving versus Virginia case. We hope that this helped inform you on the crucial steps America had to take to accept all marriages.